Hey, I'm Jim Black, and I'm here with Corey Morris. Welcome, Corey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I really wanted to welcome you to EXP and the Thrive Network, and just really excited to be in business with you, man. Ever since we first started chatting about everything that you're a true servant leader, man, and just really impressed with how you're really looking what's best for your team and everything like that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Obviously we've been chatting for a few months and just trying to figure out what everything was all about. And, it was good to connect in that same way and kind of get some answers from somebody who kind of did stuff the same way and felt the same way about their business. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Awesome. And just so you guys know a little bit about Corey, he has a real estate team. He's got him and four other team members. You guys did what, a little under 20 million last year?
Yep.
And gonna get right past that this year though. And did he took a lot of leadership roles in his previous brokerage. And one thing that was pretty cool is in his first year as a team, I mean, he was number 3 team in his office, which is I think is pretty incredible, because I definitely was not that. So that it's really cool to watch watch people continue to grow. So I had a question for you, Corey. I mean, you've been successful year over year. Everything's been going well. You keep growing. Your team keeps growing. I mean, what made you decide to make a move, over to EXP and Thrive? There's a lot of different brokerage options out there.
Yeah, it's a good question. For years I was a single agent, and I was kind of ingrained into what was going on at my previous brokerage. Just trying to get a little better, every day. I didn't have much responsibility, if you will. It was just me, and just trying to keep learning real estate every day. And, there were, as there's good days and bad days and whatever. And kind of got to a point where it made sense to get a team started. So as you mentioned, like last year was our first year as a team. We started off smaller, and we were going through all the bumps and bruises that teams go through as they're, trying to learn and trying to become a team and try to do things the right way. I mean, I've spoken to you before. I didn't necessarily want to start a team just to do it. I wanted to be real purposeful about starting the team. And from the outset, it was all about what was going to be best for the team, not necessarily, what's best for Corey, although they go hand in hand. But I really just wanted to look out for these guys and see what was best. So we spent a year growing and trying to figure out what was happening and what we even looked like as a team. We didn't know what we had. So once we completed our first, full year as the team or so, I started looking at what it meant for these guys, as a team. And I felt a real sense of responsibility for the other members of my team, for the other 4 people. They have families, and they have responsibilities, and they have bills to pay, and they have things going on. So I said, how can I put these guys in the best position possible to continue to grow the agents? And how can I put my admin support in a good support position as well, where they feel supported in the things that they're doing, and they have access to people who are kind of doing the same thing that they are, and can kind of teach them and grow them so they can teach us and grow us, because they are the backbone of our whole thing. And so I started looking, what are the options? What's out there? There was a few places that I knew probably weren't going to be a good fit. EXP for sure. I didn't know a lot about the company. I guess I only really knew what people had told me about the company. And eventually I said, I'm gonna go to the source, and I'm gonna figure out what it actually looks like to come over as a team. And that's kind of why we made our decision, after kind of talking to some people who've been involved in the company for a little bit and getting a good sense of how the company works and what benefits there are for us as a team. Once we kind of talked through some of that, we made a decision as a group that this is what we want to do, and this is where we would go to. So that's kind of what led to the decision.
And again, going back to your servant leadership, which again I absolutely love. I mean, a lot of times people look at, there's a benefit for the owner of the team. I mean, you really want to make sure that your team is taken care of. I mean, what did you see as a benefit for the members of your team to make that move?
Oh man, so there's a lot of benefits for them for sure. First and foremost, I think as much as we love helping people and serving people, this is a business, and because it's a business, things come down to the dollar, right? Like, we're in this thing to make money. It's fun. We like to help people, but there's also a money component to it. So first and foremost for those guys, they get to keep more money in their pocket per deal, which is huge. It's a huge thing to have a few more bucks in your pocket for doing the same amount of work. And not only that, we were at a true cap model previous. We're now still in the true cap model, and they're going to be able to keep more money in their pocket, about 15% more money per deal, and they're going to cap in just about the same amount of time. So that was kind of a no-brainer. And in truth, when we sat down, we talked about it, there's obviously a lot of moving pieces, and there were some things that were going to change over and things that weren't going to change over. And I really said to these guys, I said, listen, we're going to talk about this, and we're not going to make a move if it doesn't make sense for you guys, if it's not something that you're excited about. This is great for me to be all jazzed up about the move, but if you guys aren't on board, then we're not doing it, because this is really about you guys. And they were excited about it too. They love the opportunity for some of the stock options. They love that stuff. They love the networking opportunities, the classes. The support has just been phenomenal support. They're able to kind of reach out to people, whether it's brokerage questions or platform questions or whatever, and get like immediate responses, which is something we weren't always used to. And those reasons alone, I think, were enough. I think it's called the Agent Equity Program. It's another thing that they're really excited to be able to take advantage of and have a little chance to potentially set up a nest egg for their family, and at least try to do that. There weren't really those options available previous to where we had come from. So there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of positives. I mean, this really was a for the team move more than anything else.
That's awesome. And I know, you talked about, the agents keeping more money, but you're big on growth. Like, you're big on growing, and you've been growing every year. So, I mean, what excites you, going forward, with EXP, with you growing as a team and your team members? Like, what does that look like?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's growth. It's in growth in two ways, I could say. Like, obviously we want to grow our team. We want to grow people who can be involved in this thing. We want Level Up Group to be a regional name. We want to be the go-to team around here, and we want other agents to be excited about working with us and serving clients and getting involved in our systems and tools. And I think EXP gives us a really cool platform to be able to do that, to introduce some real value add pieces to people, and give them some different opportunities to continue to make money for their family. So we're excited about that. We're excited to grow our head count, I guess you could say. But more so than that, it's just growing in our professionalism and our understanding and knowledge of the business. We love Thrive Network and the different opportunities there are for masterminds and reaching out to people. I mean, there are high-end producing people that I have pretty instant access to, that answer my questions very quickly, have jumped on calls with me. I mean, just really cool to have access to people who are doing a ton of business, and wanting to invest their time into me because they see potential and they see opportunity. And it's really, I mean, it is the absolute team effort, like my team getting support from other people's teams. And it's like an all for one, kind of thing. I really love that. I love being a piece of of a puzzle. You know, I love being that. I love being a cog in the wheel that makes the whole thing run. And as other people are doing better, then, you know, as I'm doing better, other people are doing better. And as they do better, I do better. It's really cool, man. And my team has really thrived off of that as well, having the opportunity to do that.
And I think that's something that's really cool, because I noticed it even as you were talking. I was thinking about the fact that, you know, our team, you know, we love our team and we want to protect our team. We want to keep all the right people in there. And I do feel like our Thrive Network is like a larger team, and it's an extension of our family. And if we keep bringing in like-minded people, we get this bigger team, this bigger family. And you know, it's great to have you be part of that, because, you know, being in alignment with values is huge.
Yeah, it's been really great. I mean, your team, you specifically, and Olivia, I mean, have been really, really great in helping us get acclimated, get started. I know you and I have some calls, you know, weekly, where you just kind of check in, see what's going on, and, you know, and that's an investment of your time that you definitely didn't have to do, and I really value in it. I mean, you've given me some great pointers just on things that you've seen as you know, you've been the team a little bit longer than I have, and, you know, here's some insights, here's some things that you can consider, here's some things that you might want to try, you know, here's what you might want to think about it this way, you might want to think about it that way. And that stuff to me is invaluable, because I mean, your team has obviously gotten to the where, you know, the place that it is because of some of the things that you've learned, and now I'm getting a chance for somebody to pass that down to me. And man, it's like, it really is it's a mind-blowing type of thing to have that level of access. You know, and there's been other people that have helped out. You know, Vlad's been great. Sean's been great. You know, chatted with David a little bit. I mean, just online, like, it's been great. I mean, it's been really great, really great.